Got that curl going. Woo! Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Trying to fix my curl that's going. Woo!
Makeup.
Ooh, I need some after today. A lot of crying going on all day.
Yeah, it's been a very emotional day. I thought you might pick it up right there.
You pick something up
I know. I
in
don't
your
know.
scruff,
Ooh.
little fuzzballs. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful day. It is a beautiful day every day when you wake up, isn't it?
Yes.
If you didn't wake up, it's probably still a beautiful day because you're with Jesus. I would hope.
Yeah. We have all kind of news to get to, and all of it's good news, actually. So, if you haven't heard, we won our case. What do you think of that?
I think it shows a lot of different things.
Now, what does this win mean?
It means that evil's being stopped in its tracks.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it means to me.
Well, thanks, Heather. Welcome to the Snowbirds. Yeah, so we also this morning, well, first I want to say we have a new roof on the house.
Yay!
Yay.
That's been the big news of the week, is getting that the big, beautiful roof put on. And
Yeah.
let me tell you, even the FedEx guy stopped and said, "You're finally getting a new roof?" It's pretty bad when even the FedEx guy notices, and neighbors have been stopping by because they're sick and tired of looking at that blue tarp as much as we were. So it's been great to finally get that done. Now we can have a lot of peace of mind, and it just looks beautiful. And the crew that was here doing it, they were just wonderful. It's always good to see so many happy people that actually care about the job they do.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing because you don't see it so much anymore. So whenever you do see it, you definitely take notice, like especially at the end when they all walked around and were just looking to see if anything else needed to be done, checking their work because they care and they want to do a good job, and they know their boss cares about the job they do. So that to me just spoke volumes about the job that was just done on our roof. So yeah. I'm happy about it.
I'm very happy about it. And I'd like to give a shout out to Elite Roofing and Restoration here in Estill Springs.
Yes,
they did a fabulous job. And I can tell you where they went above and beyond.
Do tell.
Well, you could just tell the end pieces they put on, and we'll have a video about it, and we'll speak more in detail about it in the video. Look for that probably Wednesday. But the meticulous work that they did, like around the chimney, they almost had to kind of reframe the roof around the chimney. And they did do some framing. So these are roofers, not framers, but they did some framing and they did some painting. So I really appreciate that above and beyond what they did. I couldn't be happier with it. And I think it's going to last a long time. In doing the roof, too, they had to do a lot of removal. There were 2 layers of asphalt shingles underneath the metal roof. So they had to take all of that off, get it all the way back down to the bare bones, and then start putting a roof on. So we were here the whole time they were doing the roof. We take little clips here and there, and we're just real happy with the workmanship and the quality and the attention to detail. That's just hard to find nowadays.
Hi, Lindy from France.
So we can't say enough to Adam and his crew. They did a great job.
Yes, thank you so much, Adam. And, not only did we get a new roof, but we gained a new friend as well. Yes. Mm-hmm. Because he's just another blessing, another brother in Christ. And it's always interesting the different people you meet throughout your life. As I say, you meet people for reasons, for seasons, and you can look back on your life and good or bad experiences, all the different experiences you've had with people did something different for you in your life. You've learned things, and it just builds who you are. And I'm so blessed that we met him. Mm-hmm. And we actually he invited us to his church, and we got to experience his church this morning, and that was wonderful. I love the energy in there, and look at what they gave me, y'all. Another one, a big mug.
It's a huge mug.
City Light Church.
I know how you like coffee mugs.
Right? Like they knew me when I walked in the door, and
like,
it was amazing.
We didn't, when we got there right away, we didn't see Adam, but we knew that he's musically talented too. So he sings, he plays keyboard, he does guitar, he does a number of things. His wife also sings, and she's also a realtor. So wow, they're a busy couple, and a power couple is what I would say.
Right? Yeah, they're cute.
And we didn't actually get to meet her because she had to go and do a showing, but she was there for the service, and we got to see her and hear her sing, and amazing people. But this church was a bit of a drive for us. It was in Monteagle, if I'm saying that right. I don't know if it's Monteagle or Monteagle.
Monteagle.
Monteagle. It's about a 40-minute drive roughly, but it's toward Chattanooga. And it's up in the mountains, and it's real pretty. And the church is small, but man, were they lively. They had a lot.
They had a lot of energy.
A lot of energy, non-denominational. A great fellowship, and we must have been welcomed by at least 10 different people before we even got to the door.
I've never seen such a group of nice people.
So friendly.
Like,
and then
amazing.
even after we sat down, people were coming over and go, "Are you new here? Well, I want to introduce myself," and da-da-da-da-da. There was a lot of that going on. Even as we were leaving, people were talking to us out in the parking lot, out in the foyer. I can't say enough about the people of Tennessee, and the Christians here in Tennessee are just very heartwarming and welcoming. I love it. We couldn't be happier.
Well, I used to tell this to Brett too when we lived in Otter Creek, because he always wanted to go to the Otter Creek Baptist Church because it was a very short drive with the golf cart.
It was convenient.
And I always wanted to go to my church in Ocala, Meadowbrook. And Meadowbrook was probably an hour drive. Huh?
Yeah.
So it was quite a drive. But we went to the Otter Creek Baptist Church quite a bit. And instead of thriving, it's almost like it would pull all the energy out of me.
Yeah.
And instead of putting energy into me, it just wasn't doing it. And just because a church is close to your house or, super convenient for you doesn't mean that's the place to go. And not all churches are the same. And some churches hit it for somebody better than someone else. So you have to go where you're going to thrive. So, just because it's right there and convenient doesn't mean that's the one to go to. You got to go where you're thriving, where you have the energy and all those lovely things.
Yeah. Otter Creek Baptist Church had a handful of people that were welcoming, but none of them as much so as we have experienced here. And at Meadowbrook, they were pretty similar.
And we used to go in the Otter Creek Baptist Church. We used to go to the Wednesday Bible studies where, it's a more intimate setting.
I did enjoy that.
With the pastor. I loved it a lot. The people were so wonderful, this and that. But the second there was an issue and we stopped going there, and again, the church was right by our house, none of those people stopped by our house to say, "Hey, is everything okay?
Yep.
What's going on?" And I mean, most of them literally drove past our house to go to the church. So nobody even had to go out of their way. And it's just shameful, I think, that relationship ended that way. But it is what it is. And my point being is just, if you go to one church and you don't get goosebumps there, just keep going and trying different churches. Don't stop going altogether.
Thank you, Gone to the Dogs, for the memberships. We really appreciate that. It helps support the channel.
Thank you. Yeah. But that's just what I wanted to say about that. But we did keep trying there at the Otter Creek Baptist Church. That is where we got married. Yeah. We got baptized at that church.
We have the receipts.
But again, I always preferred Meadowbrook. But so even though this church is a 40 to 45-minute drive, if that's what clicks for you, make the drive.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to your regularly scheduled
Oh,
program.
I like that. That was part of the program.
You know me, if you get talking about church and Jesus, I'm going to take it away. I can't help myself. But yeah, it has been an emotional day, mainly because that's how we started out the day, going to the church. And it was just wonderful to meet this group of people. And then, gosh.
On the way back, we started listening to the Charlie Kirk Memorial service in Arizona. It's been a very emotional day. So it's like I feel exhausted and I haven't done anything today.
Yeah, and I haven't even finished watching that, but I've just been listening to different people talking on that, listening to the worship music and, just crying and just really thinking about things. And I have to say, if nothing else, if all the stuff that has happened in our world lately hasn't got you thinking about things and checking yourself, then I think you're really missing what's going on. And I think it's a moment for us all to check ourselves and check our hearts and
reflect.
Pretty much see what we can do differently to be ready.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody's more concerned about everybody else. And I've said that before, but you have to look at yourself and be concerned with what you're doing and start focusing on you, because you're the only person you can change. You can't change your spouse. You can't change your children. You can't change anyone but you. But in you changing, you may change people that way. So you really just need to focus on yourself, check your heart, see what you can do differently. And I tell you, since this has occurred, I've been doing a lot of that and a lot of just reflecting and thinking about what I can do differently. Because even believers get in a rhythm and, kind of lose their passion at times and aren't really thinking about things as much. And you kind of get into the groove of life and the world and what's going on and keeping up with everybody in the hustle. And that's sure what the devil would love you to do. Just
get busy.
Get busy. Yeah. He'll busy you up and you focus on that. And then you're not really thinking about Jesus so much, and you're not having this great passion that you should be, and you're not sharing Jesus with people. And that's what we're here for. And it's just shameful, but it's really got me thinking about things a lot more. So it's certainly made me a lot more emotional. And I know there's a lot of people who don't want to hear about Jesus and they don't want to hear about Charlie Kirk. And I think that's sad. And I'm not going to stop talking about Jesus, nor will I stop talking about Charlie Kirk. I don't want to offend anybody or be mean to anybody, but I have to stick with the things that are important to me. And I will continue to talk about those things, especially Jesus. I'm never going to stop talking about Jesus, and I'm never going to stop saying Jesus. So if it offends you, then please just watch something else, because that's me and that's what I stand for. And I'm not going to change that for anybody.
Thank you, Iowa 73, for the 20.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. So sweet. Big hugs.
We were making, I always make notes about 30 minutes before we go live, just a few hot topics or topics that we want to touch on.
And I'm going noteless.
Well, you got a better memory than
I'm off script all the time.
So one of the things I wrote down is like, we can't go without mentioning the memorial service for Charlie Kirk, but how much do we want to say about it? Because we don't want to turn people out. We're not making this a political thing. Now, I may have misspoke at the last live saying that he wasn't a political, what's the word I'm looking for? That he didn't like.
Thank you, Jason. I love you.
But Jason he either said it in the group or he texted me and said that he is actually a right-wing activist. And I learned more about Charlie than what I knew. I knew he supported the right, but I didn't know to what extent. I have listened to him. Usually when I'm in the gym or something, I listen to him. And I always like the stuff where he goes to the campuses and he always invites people that disagree with him to come up and speak. And that's what I liked. I liked the back and forth. But I learned a lot more about
And I
Charlie
like
Kirk since he's
listening
passed
to
away.
Charlie talk about God.
Yes.
So for me,
that's what I remember.
For me,
Most.
That's first place. What he means to me is his love for God and his courage. And I want to have so much more courage. And Charlie wanted to be so much more like Jesus. So that's why I think people should want to be like Charlie, because when you're being like Charlie, you're being like Jesus. So ultimately, you want to be like Jesus. So it just, his courage and his faith were just something to admire. And I think everybody should have that. So I hope it spreads like wildfire. And I hope that everybody has that courage and great faith. I mean, his memorial service is getting more people informed about Jesus than has ever happened in the history before.
And this is a fun fact I pulled off the internet before we went live. Was it's the largest gathering of Christians in the worldwide, in the whole world.
More people have watched it than they've watched JFK's,
right,
or Martin Luther King's. I believe that was their services, but
right.
It's just amazing. And that's the ultimate goal, is for everybody to know about Jesus.
Yeah. And
so
that's what I find moving. And so I've been kind of reading about him, and it almost puts goosebumps on your arms and brings, tears to your eyes reading what he's been able to do in such a short time.
You have to know that he's powered by Jesus.
Absolutely.
To be able to accomplish what he's accomplished. That's Jesus working through somebody.
Yeah, I believe Turning Point is only 8 years old, maybe 9 years old. That's it.
What got accomplished in such a short time, and we should all have that love for Jesus and just let it spread like wildfire. Yeah. It's my prayer.
So do you think it's no coincidence that he named his organization Turning Point? Do you think this could be the turning point for USA to get right? That, the end of times is coming. You need to turn around. You need to head in the right direction. Well, that's how it's touched me anyway.
Only God knows when that time is. Nobody else knows, as it says in the Bible.
Right.
But we definitely should be ready. We should be getting ourselves ready. We should be, getting heaven as full as we can. Don't you want to see everybody there and be able to talk to everybody there? I mean, we can all hang out without all the pain and stuff we suffer here.
Yeah, we're only on this earth for about 80 years, give or take a few years. Charlie left us way too soon, but God had other plans for him. He had bigger plans for him, plans bigger than himself. And God has plans for us too that are bigger than us. So for these little 80 years that we're on earth, we're being measured. We're going to be judged, and the rest of your life depends on it. I think that's pretty important. Just saying. So, we all have things to work on. I do too. I'm not saying I'm an exception. I'm not. But
well, we're all sinners.
Yeah. So that's all we wanted to say about the memorial service. We will go back after the live and watch the last hour I think we missed of it. And
I think it's beautiful whenever people come together to spread love and positivity. I think that all the evil needs to be shut out. I see this huge win that just happened as being a sign of that on a really small level, but still to see it happening, and that it's going to be a domino effect to start shutting out evil things. And evil people are just doing all kinds of stuff around us, and I keep praying and praying on it. And I think it's just a huge sign more than anything else that evil is being stopped in its tracks.
Yeah.
Because that's what the whole thing is to me, is a bunch of evil works happening.
We just got to learn to love ourselves and love each other. You got to love thy neighbor. And those are hard things to do sometimes.
Very hard.
Very challenging. But you got to forgive.
I think it's one of the hardest things for sure.
Yeah, because Jesus forgave us, or we don't get in. So we have to learn to forgive other people, and that's hard. That's the hardest thing I have to do is when people come after you, is to pray for them. That for me, that's the hardest thing to do because that's not normal. Well,
I think I learned that at a very young age because my childhood, I had a lot of very bad things happen.
mm-hmm.
And at a very young age, I always prayed for the people that brought evil upon me, for them. And it's just something I've always done was prayed for them. It doesn't mean I went out to dinner with them afterwards.
No.
It just means that I prayed for them and that I didn't hold on to that. And it's hard to let go, especially when you've gone through your whole life and, things will continue to happen to you and you just have to look at them in different ways and just don't keep stacking all this bad upon yourself and becoming bitter.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that's really all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah, like I said, don't get me going.
Yeah, I mean, we can get hung up on the soapbox there, and that's not what we really wanted. It's a big part of what we want to talk about, but it's not the only thing. We're happy with the court update. We're glad that the judge saw it in the way that we think the rest of the world saw it, except for a handful of people.
And I know a lot of people have been asking, so when are you guys moving to Otter Creek? And still nobody knows what the resolve is going to be with this case.
We don't know.
And what's going to happen. Are we going to be getting turtles? Nobody knows. Are we going to be getting a new place in Otter Creek to park the RV and become mayor again? Nobody knows. God has plans. God knows what the plans are. I have to be ready for when he tells me I need to go somewhere to do something. So we're just waiting to see what the next chapter is going to be. We don't know.
Yeah, we have the entire court case is in the hands of our attorney. We let him handle everything. We don't really inject anything so many times you guys hear about it before we even hear about it, or you hear about it about the same time.
There's like so many different groups, as everybody knows, that everybody could follow. And, there's just so much going on. I don't even know how anybody keeps up with it all. I sure don't. But I just know when people tell me different stuff that different things are going on, but the courts is the right place for everything to be handled correctly. The lawyers are doing what they need to do. So just let them handle their jobs and we'll see what the outcome is. And, wherever God tells us to go next is where we'll go. So if we're going to be turtle farmers, I don't know.
I'd be surprised if there's any turtles left, to be honest. I was over in the garage when I first heard, and I'll tell you, it's kind of a funny story. Therese was over here, and I had my phone tuned into the radio Bluetooth because I was listening to the Tennessee game, and I was working on a project. And Jeremy calls me, and so I'm trying to turn the radio off so I can talk to him. And he's like, "Have you checked your text?" I said, "No, my phone is Bluetooth to the radio. I've been listening to the game." He's like, I was like, "What is it?" He's like, "Go check your text. Go check your text. Goodbye." Click. That was it. Go check your text. I said, "Okay." So I went and checked the text, and Jeremy had texted me and a copy of the order signed by the judge. I'm like, "Wow, okay." And then I ran over here and got her. I said, "Have you heard?" She goes, "I just heard." So
Jason actually had texted me. I was over here doing some photos for eBay on some of the new stuff I had got this week. And Jason had texted me and I was like, I just thought he was joking around. So
yeah, because he does that.
So I messaged something funny back and then he sends me a link to Jeremy's short. And I was like, oh, wow. So, yeah. So, usually you guys all know first and we're just doing what we do and we hear what we hear. It's always pretty funny too. I always say with the different stuff, how connected stuff is, because I'll be joking with somebody about something and then I see somebody post something that's similar and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was only joking about that, but you would think we're in the know about it when we're really not.
Yeah, so we don't go on the court docket online every day. We're not doing that. We're
I have
living
too much other stuff
yeah,
to worry about.
we're leading our normal lives.
It'll
So-
show up when it needs to, and somebody out there who knows us will let us know.
We like to support all the channels and the ones that are supporting us, of course. So I'll jump in sometimes, and first thing I'll do is I'll hit the thumbs up, and then I'll enter the chat, and I'll possibly sometimes I'll say hi or I won't. See what they're talking about. But we normally don't have a lot of time. It's normally on the way to something or somewhere else. And so we get bits and pieces. We don't have time to sit and listen to 2-hour live streams. We just don't. So we catch what we can. Our close friends will tell us the important stuff, and the rest of the time we just live our life. So, yeah, so that's, we end up hearing about it after everybody else hears about it. But that's okay. If it's important, somebody will let us know. As long as Randy doesn't call us, we know it's being handled. So we don't really get in the weeds about how it's going, what's going to happen, what's going to be awarded. Have no idea. Whatever is decided by the courts that is awarded, what are you going to do about it? We have no idea. We cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep, there's no sense in like getting ahead of yourself and worrying about things or having anxiety through the roof and all those things. If you remember what it says in the Bible, you shouldn't be worried about anything and you should pray about everything. And those are facts, because you can't change different stuff. Worrying isn't going to make it change.
Yeah.
You just take whatever happens and you deal with it then. So it's pretty much how I try to live life.
Yeah. So that's how it came about that we learned. There's probably a good number of you already knew when we found out. It's kind of funny, actually. But
Yep. So we'll be waiting to see what is the outcome of what we won. So I guess that's the next step that they'll be figuring out. And when you find out, let us know.
we heard that there was a question, and I was listening to Tug's rendition or covering of the court document, but I listened to it. Usually I let it start and then I jump in, and then I'll listen to it on a fast speed, and I don't pay so much attention to the chat unless something jumps out at me. But I believe there was a question asked in there if we still have Harley Grace's necklace. Would you like to answer that question?
Oh, yes, I still do. Yep. I have it. Actually, it's still in the RV. Mm-hmm. That's where it's pretty much been ever since
we got it.
Lloyd handed it to me that day, and it's still there waiting.
Yep. And when she's able to receive it,
then it will get to her for sure.
Yep, we'll get it to her.
I feel like that means a lot,
mm-hmm.
and it's her cross, and until the day that it can be returned to her, I'll be holding it safely.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and we promised that she would get that back, and she absolutely will.
I feel like when Lloyd handed that to me, it was a big responsibility, and I look at it as such, and I keep in my prayers and I know that God is with her every day. And sometimes the best thing you can do for anybody is just to pray for them. Prayers it's the most powerful thing you can do for anybody. And prayer in numbers is huge. So some people will say all the time, oh, I can't give you anything. All I can do is pray for you. And that's really the best thing you can do, because there is nobody bigger than God. And just bringing your request to the almighty, powerful God is the biggest thing. So just keep praying for her.
Yeah. And
Now I made myself cry again. Ugh.
as far as notes, the only thing I have now is really we went to one estate sale this week, and that was in Tullahoma. And man, was it a good one!
Oh my goodness.
They had so much stuff, and
They
we
really
went
did.
on the last day because those are the deepest discounts. But we picked a few items that we think you guys might like. We plan on probably putting them in our eBay store. And for those of you that
They're already on.
are they
I
already
put them
on?
up today.
Oh wow, there you go.
See?
So these are actually in the eBay store. Previously, we show you stuff that's not yet in there, but these are in there. So we appreciate all the support. The eBay store has been selling a little better. We don't know if that's from our viewers or if it's just people are buying them. So we try to price stuff at a competitive price and go just below that so that stuff moves. So
Yeah,
that
well,
we
I
can
want
buy
to
more
be able
stuff.
to share
Right.
these cool things with people at lower prices than what most people are asking for them, because I want everybody to be able to get some cool treasures too. So I usually just get a couple of things that really catch my eye because I think they're cool, mostly.
Yeah.
So it's fun. So you want to show? I only got 4 things at this one.
I'll show and you talk.
Okay.
Show and tell.
So I saw this coffee mug, as you know, drawn to the coffee mug. But that reminded me of all the comics that I haven't seen in forever. And I haven't seen Grimm in I don't know how long. That would almost be like walking up to a Garfield mug. I haven't seen any of that in so long. So I was just drawn to that. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I'll have to get that and share it with the planet. So that's pretty much how it goes. I just see something that I think is cool.
I hope you can see this one.
Yeah, these are kind of hard to see, but I thought they were so cool because they're little miniature. That one is a Jaguar pulling a camper, and I've never seen those before, but apparently there's a series of different cool cars pulling these little campers.
And we like campers, in case you hadn't noticed.
So I got 2 of them at this one. This next one is a Mercedes pulling a camper. I thought that was funny. So just drawn to it, and I decided to get it and see if anybody else thought it was cool.
And the packages are in good shape, so it doesn't look like they've been opened.
And the next one was a Barbie. And I was really drawn to this Barbie because it's a birthstone Barbie, and it's Miss Topaz, which is November. And my son's birthday is in November, so I just thought that was cool, and I got her. Little Miss Barbie, and she's unopened, so I figured I'd bring her home and share her with the planet.
Yep, and these should be out there on the eBay store
Now.
right now. That's all I got, and that's all we bought, wasn't it?
Yep, that's all I got at that one.
And I did finally get a pegboard. Finally, that's what I was working on over in the
Tons
garage.
of stuff at that one.
Yep. So I was working on the pegboard. I got a big old sheet of pegboard, and I paid $8 for it. It was a great deal.
Did y'all see that video of the thrift store when I was with my sister?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was watching it again, and I'm like, oh, the prices. I already want to go back to that thrift store. Like, why can't I live by a thrift store like that?
I know there's some good prices there.
Oh my goodness. And actually we went to this other place that was a couple doors down, and I didn't even film in there because it was such a long day. And this place was humongous. And it was like, has all these little booths of different sellers, and I couldn't believe how enormous the place was. And there was a couple of floors, but in the basement, they had like half off prices, the bargain basement.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't believe it. They really should serve lunch in that place. It's so big. I got a little hangry in there. But, and then the other thrift store that we had gone into that's closer to where she lives, they had amazing deals in there too, but it's pretty small and pretty tight. And there were so many people because they were running a big sale in there that day. So I didn't film in that one, but I still do have like another clip showing everything I bought. And I still have some clips of the regatta. And then when I was driving a track hoe, I still got to put those out. Maybe this week I'll get to that. So I know I got to get editing. I have so much different stuff to throw out.
Yeah, and then I had 2 estate sales I went to here. I think one's already gone out, and then there's another one.
Yeah, the other one I'll probably put out tomorrow with Brett at an estate sale here. And then I'll probably put out the roof video this week.
The roof video, don't miss it, because there's some funny stuff in there.
Oh my goodness, it's
hilarious.
So funny. Good times. You know, I always say you just got to look around you and be connected, and you'll find plenty of things to laugh at and just see God all around you working.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. I always say, you know, the biggest thing in life is you got to know how to laugh at yourself and just laugh in general.
Well, Kathy wants to know, how did you get everything home from Ohio?
Oh, that was a trick, because when I fly, I don't even bring any suitcases. The only thing I bring is my personal item on the plane, which is usually a backpack, because they charge so much for carry-on and all the luggage now. I try to just travel with nothing, no extra pricing. So I ended up having to send it all home in boxes. So I had like 4 boxes that I crammed it all into. But I still tell you, the prices were so amazing there that even with the shipping home and what I paid for it in the thrift stores, I could still list it at decent prices and share a good deal with everybody for some of the stuff. And of course, a lot of the stuff was stuff that I was just personally keeping for cruise wear or whatever. But yeah, I crammed it in all these boxes. And the oddest thing about all of it is I packaged it up and got the labels printed out. And my sister finished packaging up one of them, because we had to get to the airport like it was to the minute, where I was trying to get these packages ready because I didn't want to leave her with so much to deal with. So she sent them all out like a day or 2 after I left, and one came one day, and then a bunch of days went by, nothing. And then another one came, and then a bunch of days went by, and the last 2 came. But I'm like, they all 4 were sent out on the same day. Yeah. So, but they came on 3 different days. But yeah, I was shoving it in there like, you know how you see somebody shoving stuff in their suitcase and they're sitting on top of it and trying to zip it? That was me stuffing it in boxes to get it home. Yeah. But if I would live by there, I absolutely would have had to go with a U-Haul or a van, because I would have bought so much more. But every time I wanted to get some, like, okay, well, I'm going to have to package this. I'm going to have to get it home somehow. Like, how am I going to do this? It's going to cost me so much money. So I had to refrain so much. I wanted to buy a lot more.
Ethel likes your heart-shaped flowers up there.
Oh, thank you. I love those. They're so pretty, aren't they? And I love that they're in this little case that you can see through, and there's like a drawer in there so you can put stuff in. Yeah, they're so pretty.
Yeah, sometimes we'll change some of these just to see if people are paying attention.
Yeah, I have a bunch of different stuff on there today.
A couple of things here, and then the roses, and then this over here.
Now, over the last couple of weeks, I've been putting a lot more crosses around my house. Yeah. And anybody who knows me has probably gotten a little Jesus from me at some point, because I have those little Jesuses and I love to share them with everybody. And Brett's been walking around the house lately. He's like, there's like little Jesuses everywhere, all over our house. And I've just been sticking them all over the place, because I just want to be surrounded by Jesus, and I want to keep him like in my thoughts and in my eyesight. And
we have a regular exorcism going on.
And I'm just going around and I'm playing worship music, and I just want every day to feel like I'm in the middle of a big worship concert. And I love it. It's great. Some people might be like, oh, I've had enough of it, but not me. I want to be consumed by it.
And yes, you can put Charlie Cook's memorial link in the chat. Turning Point USA is showing it on their chat. It's also on Fox News streaming is also showing it, and also I'm sure the Fox News regular network channel is showing it, and there's other platforms too. So yes, you can share it. His stuff is, we endorse his stuff. You can put it up. It's
I
fine.
endorse Jesus.
We endorse Jesus. Yeah.
And if anybody's offended by Jesus, I will definitely pray for you.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
That's all I can do. And I'll pray for a softened heart, but I won't stop talking about him.
That's right.
Just won't.
That's all I had in my notes.
Wow, I didn't even make any notes. So, and then this week, I guess we can talk about what we're going to do this week. So far, I know I do go Wednesday to get an MRI done on my back. Luckily, they came through with getting that in pretty quick.
Yay.
I'm happy to hear about that because, you know, at my appointment that I went to, the doctor had told me, oh, well, you know, you've pretty much have had a broken back before, and, you know, it's like bone on bone, and I'm missing stuff, and, you know, there's a lot of questions there. So it's been, I want to say 3 or 4 years since my last MRI, and that one wasn't great either. Working at the post office just does a tremendous amount of damage. And then, you know, doing a lot of hard work all throughout my life and doing hard work at the campground, none of that helped. So we'll see how that goes on Wednesday and what the doctor says about that.
Yeah. 69 years.
Happy
Jason.
anniversary.
Wow.
69 years. Wow.
We can't even reach that monument. We don't have enough life left.
That's amazing. And they are just beautiful people.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them so much. Give them a huge hug for me and tell them happy anniversary.
Yeah.
So sweet. Oh, you know, I really want to go to Alaska. That's the only thing that sucks when your friends are so far away and you want to give them a hug, like you can't. So, air hugs.
Yeah. And we may be taking a trip up north. We still don't know exactly what day, but we would like to stop.
Ooh.
Well, we want to go visit.
Where are we going?
We want to go visit our friends at Hell's Headquarters.
I know. I'm so excited. I haven't seen them in so long.
But we want to stop through.
I'm going to hug everybody.
Is it Millersburg, the Amish country?
Oh, you know I want to go to Millersburg.
So that's kind of on the way. So we're going to
absolutely know that I want to go there.
We're going to cross the Bluegrass State and then
get some fried pies and some cream sticks and all the yummy cheeses. And
that's the good thing about Tennessee. We can be in Florida in 8 hours. We can be in Ohio, northern Ohio, in 8 hours. So we're right in between. So if we go north, if we go south, we can be at the border in 8 hours.
Oh, I look forward to that for sure.
Yeah. So we don't know how long we're going to stay. We don't want to get in the way of everything that's going on there because they're working. And yeah, so we got little adventures along the way, but we do want to take some time to visit with them. Maybe we can help with one of their auctions.
And we got to keep track of, you know, it's going to be real soon before we hit the road for our winter time.
Yeah.
So when we do come back from that little adventure, we're going to have to get serious and get into our packing. We still got to cut a hole in the wall to access where the water heater is. Like there's a lot of stuff going on, so it'll be down to the wire. I know I'm doing doctor's appointments this month. I still got to get my stent looked at and all the fun stuff. But yeah, you know, I've got a million lists running.
We got dentists too, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Got to stop in and see everybody's favorite doctor, the dentist. Hopefully it's just a simple cleaning. Nobody wants to go there and get drilled. So, yep. So lots of stuff coming. It's like everything has been kind of going slow over the last little bit. And then it's going to be like, bam, adventure, moving, seeing people, new things, and lots of fun, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
It's gonna be fun. I just want some cooler weather.
Oh, that too, because it's been mighty hot. I was like, what happened? It got cool for a little while, and now it's like not. But you know what I think is going to happen while we're on the road this winter?
It's going to get really, really cold.
I think that Brett is going to miss his car.
Yeah, that thing is so fun to drive.
Because now when he drives the Jeep, he's like, whoa, this ain't fun anymore.
Yeah, the Jeep ain't no fun no more.
He don't like the Jeep so
it's
much
sluggish.
anymore. Yeah. It's like a bulky, sluggish thing. And I personally, I don't really care for driving the Jeep. After driving a Jeep for so long delivering mail, getting that Jeep was just like, ugh.
It is practical for a tow vehicle, and it has a lot of space in it to be so small because you can stack stuff vertically. We have a case that goes on top. It has a rack. I can put a rack on the back, and it's so versatile. The e-bikes will fit in it. There's no other vehicle you can tow that's better for towing behind an RV, I don't think. And so it's easy to flat tow. 3 minutes you can unhook it, hook it up. So I like it for that reason. But around here, I'm loving this little car. Driving it around, it's so much fun. When we drove up to the church, when I say up, it's up a mountain. And this curvy road, it was like 25, 35 all the way up the mountain for about 6 or 7 miles, and then maybe another 5 miles after that. And we were able to go up it with this car like 50 because it's a roadster. It's an actual roadster. So it sits low to the ground, and it's evenly balanced on all 4 tires. That's how it's designed. So it really hugs the road like it's on a rail. So you can just lean in the curve and accelerate out the curve. It's like, whoop. It's really fun to drive. It's got some G's besides us two. It's got G force going around the curves. A lot of fun to drive.
Happy birthday, Logan.
Anybody got
a good birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ask me, I wouldn't mind getting rid of the Jeep, but that's me.
It's a tow vehicle now. Or if you got something at an estate sale and
it just reminds me of working at the post office too much for me to get too wrapped up in it. So
it won't be fun to drive to the cruise because we'll be in that thing for like 3 hours each way. That's not going to be fun.
Not really. I used to drive my Jeep from Ocala down to Fort Lauderdale. I did that several times, and driving a Jeep is not like driving a regular vehicle, in my opinion. It's a lot of work. And like as you get older, especially, you want something more comfortable and luxurious in the feeling that it's not all this hard work to drive.
And on the interstate, it feels like it's pushing the wind. Like the gas mileage really falls off. It goes from like 21 down to about 19.
And it's a stick shift, so it doesn't hold the gears as well, I think.
The car is now getting 37 miles per gallon. It keeps going up the longer we have it.
The day we ever decide to get rid of it, I won't miss it, to be honest.
The motorcycle gets 39 miles per gallon. The car's getting 37. And it's still going up very slowly, but it's still going up.
I do feel cramped in that little car. I will say that. I mean, it's comfortable enough to go on short drives. I wouldn't really necessarily want to go on long drives in the car either. It's fun. It's fun to ride around in, but you can't really bring much with you, nor can you purchase much. But it's a good thing to have as
a commuter.
I guess a second vehicle. I wouldn't want it to be my first vehicle at all. And I don't want the Jeep to be my first vehicle either. So I'm still like, okay, well, it's good having 2 vehicles, but still not quite where I want to be as far as what we got. So I'll keep praying on that one for sure.
I think both vehicles serve our purpose that we need from it well.
And you've seen as tall as I am, it is a little bit cramped in there, but it's like I said, it's comfortable enough for a short ride and it is fun. But
once you're in it, it's comfortable. It's getting in and getting out. It's that 2 to 3 seconds it takes to get in and out. You have to get in and out of it in a different way. If you've ever gotten into a sports car or like a Corvette or something, you kind of do the same thing. You sit down first and then you bring your legs in. And that's how you have to get out too. You swing your legs out and then you just push and lift yourself out.
Well, what kind of car would I really like? What I really wanted to get was some kind of Subaru because they're dependable, they get good gas mileage.
You got lots of space.
Yeah, so I wanted to get I don't have a model picked out on it or anything, but I always thought a Subaru would be good. When I first met Brett, I had a orange Chevy Colorado, and I liked that truck. It was one of the older ones, which looks a little different. The newer body styles of the Colorados, I don't really care for, but I had the one older than that, and it was a 4-door, so it was nice. It sat lower to the ground than the newer ones do.
It was like on an S10 chassis. It was a small chassis.
Yeah, so that was nice to have because it was roomy. It was easy to get in and out of, and you could still move stuff when you needed to. So
that truck had an electrical problem though. You had to keep it on a charger all the time.
It did, but that got fixed, and whoever bought it after me got a great vehicle.
They did, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, if I was going out and picking out something, it would be a Subaru. Yeah, because I've had sports cars and all those type of things. I always had Camaros, and they're fun. But as you get older, I think it's better to have something that's more practical, good on gas, dependable. I don't really need a full-size pickup truck anymore. That was good when we had the campground, but we don't need that anymore. And the Jeep, to me, is just not efficient. It's a gas hog, and I don't think it's particularly fun to drive at all. So it's definitely not a favorite. And again, it reminds me of the post office, and that brings too much PTSD for me. So, but there's the answer to that question in the short story long.
I like both vehicles, and they do two very different things for me.
Oh, what else? Yep. See, there's a couple people love their Subarus.
Yeah. If we were in a colder climate like Alaska, I'd get an all-wheel drive Subaru. And all-wheel drive is different than four-wheel drive. All-wheel drive has the limited slip differential on all four wheels, and it transfers power to the other wheels. So it operates a lot differently than a four-wheel drive does.
We don't get a lot of snow here.
Not enough. Not enough to...
Just enough.
Yeah, get a couple inches and it melts. And you get a couple inches and it melts.
Which is more than I've ever had in my life living in Florida. So it's good enough. But yeah, this year we're going to be in Florida while it's probably snowing here.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to do the whole snowbird thing this year. So I've never done it. Always wanted to. I'm really looking forward to that. And not only that, but getting to see our friends in Florida. And also, when you live in Florida, you often don't get to explore. There's so many parts of Florida that you don't get to explore. So, when you work, anywhere you live, usually you're just in this little box and you're going around this little thing, work, sleep, repeat, work, sleep, repeat. And you don't get to explore as much as you'd like to. But yeah, Florida has all these little pockets that I still would like to. So we'll hit a few of them this season.
We're looking forward to the bike trails at the Santos State Park.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be any treat, Lucy.
What's that?
Getting a gladiator.
Oh. We joke about it. I was like, what would you do with the gladiator?
Well, you'd have to get it professionally cleaned. You can start with that.
Yeah, and I mean, hypothetically, because we have no idea, but hypothetically, they would have to take it to a cleaner, and then we would pick it up later after it's thoroughly more than cleaned. It would have to be sanitized. I don't think they would want it.
Oh, Lordy.
I mean, it's not something I would keep. I mean, we have a vehicle like that, and I don't need a pickup truck, so we would just get rid of it.
Do you still get PTSD when you see one of those going down the road?
We see them all the time.
Yeah, and it's like, it's the same thing when you see one of those little green Ford Rangers, like for a second, you're like,
Russell's everywhere.
So, like, PTSD is real, y'all. It's the Otter Creek PTSD. Oh my goodness. So, what else is going to happen this week? I haven't even seen. I'm sure there's a estate sale.
Yeah, we haven't looked at the schedule for that yet.
I know I'm a little behind on my list. Just
We missed one gym day this week because of the roof, but we were doing other stuff.
well, we'll miss one this week too because of my MRI, where I have to go to get the MRI. That's an hour and a half drive each way.
Yeah.
So, and then they're doing in order to get the MRI and the doctor's appointment so soon, I had to do it where the doctor's appointment is, I want to say, like an hour difference from the MRI appointment. So we kind of got to hang around. So it's pretty much the whole day it's going to take to get the MRI done, but it's super important. So I'm like, yeah, I can forgo going to the gym to get this done.
We're just glad that we're getting the MRI done and it's being read in the same day, in the same appointment. So that's good. It's not
sometimes it's like a complete nightmare to get all the scheduling done and wait on referrals. And, then when I see the referrals been put in, it's like you have to wait for the doctor's office to call you. And so I called the doctor's office because I saw it was in, and they were like, no, that's not how it works. You have to wait for us to call you. And I'm like, okay, so sorry. Because in the past, the couple of times where I see it's in, I don't say anything, they ain't calling you. It's like you never know what you're supposed to do.
And sometimes they make an appointment and don't tell you.
Like, it's a big guessing game. And sometimes some people are not in a good mood when you call and they kind of chew you out a little bit. And it's like, sorry.
I don't like that third party, that appointments have to be done by third party. You're trusting a third party to advocate for you. And you just don't trust that it's going to get done or get done timely or get done right.
Everything's so weird now. I call it the weird world. Welcome to the weird world, because it seems like the more we advance, the further behind we are, because everything's so much more complicated, where it should be like, quick and easy. Everybody can communicate fast and blah, blah, blah. But nope. Welcome to the weird world. Buckle up, y'all.
Yeah.
But yep, you just can't, again, you just got to trust it's in Jesus's hands and everything's going to get taken care of. I made the joke with a neighbor the other day that, as you get older, all this stuff just starts falling apart. You're going to show up, you're going to show up to Jesus with all your parts in a wheelbarrow and say, here I am.
I'm here. Dragging your intestines behind you. I'm here. I made it.
I made it. Fix me up.
Take me.
But that's how it seems like as you get older. Like, oh, now this is breaking down and that's breaking down. And, oh, we got a pill to fix that. But now this is going to get messed up. And, my toe had issues and they give me this little silicone sleeve to put on it, which I don't even know what that was supposed to do anyway, but it ended up rubbing against my other toe and giving me problems with the other toe. So I'm like, okay, so
now you got two toes.
Now I got two toes down, like,
And the doctor said, well, we can always shorten it. I'm like, is that the answer for everything?
just whack it off.
If the organ doesn't work, we just take it out and throw it away.
I'm like, oh, suddenly I think I'm okay, and I'll talk to you later. Like, I'll just take my hurt toe home and deal with it.
As long as it's not your brain, heart, or lungs, I guess you can just throw it away, right? You don't need it.
As we said all the time at the post office, suck it up, buttercup, and just move on.
Get that mail delivered.
Oh, well, you got to laugh. Right?
Sometimes we have a bad day and we look at each other and go, okay, we're ready. Just take us. I'm done.
Oh, I hope you enjoy our humor. Oh, so yeah, this week will be another busy week, and hopefully real soon we'll be enjoying the company of our friends and laughing together and
cooler weather, we hope.
In cooler weather and just taking a load off, because sometimes
you gotta take a break.
You just gotta take a break and get around your circle of friends and just say, oh,
not ugh.
Yeah, just and just breathe and enjoy everybody.
Yeah.
So I definitely look forward to that. I'm going to make myself cry again. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, we appreciate you guys tuning in to us. Thanks to the moderators. And check out that eBay store if you're looking for some novelties. We try to find stuff that, carries value and might be something you might enjoy.
Yep. We love and appreciate everybody. Again, thank you so much to our moderators for keeping everything positive. Thank you to our members. I don't know what we'll be doing this week, but hopefully we'll get to spend some good time with you. Maybe we'll hang out with you in between my MRI and doctor's appointment and chat it up. We'll see.
We'll do that.
And show you the town of Columbia of some sort. Thank you so much to all our subscribers.
That's a nice country rural drive too.
Oh yeah. I love Tennessee.
It's not in the mountains, though.
Beautiful. Just driving around Tennessee is beautiful.
It is a beautiful state. Everywhere we go is beautiful. Of course, we haven't been to Nashville yet, except the airport.
Yeah, that's the only place we've been so far. But thank you guys. We hope you have a super good week. Stay positive and
check out What the Hell's at 8:00.
Yeah.
Eastern.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's on their whatnot later too.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I always like to look and see if there's anything cool I could pick up, but I usually try to refrain because I don't want to end up with too much stuff too. But I love to see what everybody else is getting.
Right.
But have a super good week and, talk to Jesus, make some time for Jesus and, just say, hey, it's me. And have a conversation.
I'm still here.
That's the secret of praying. You're talking to your friend.
Yeah.
So we love you guys and just thank you so much for supporting us and helping us out and just being there and being brothers and sisters in Christ.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go wipe my tears so I can probably cry again later. And we'll see you again soon.
Yeah. Sounds good. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.